might be announced, as our sources are saying that it's done. And could you give us a bit of an indication why it's taken quite so long and what the hold-up might have been?
It's a negotiation between two clubs. It's never easy, even with the clauses. It's never easy. They have to talk, and we'll have clarification after the game. It will be very clear. So it's one more day after the game tomorrow. We will have the decision made.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
Can I just ask you what you like about the Premier League?
Everything.
Did you watch Manchester United last night?
All right, United fans, big news coming out of Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim, the 39-year-old Sporting Lisbon manager, is set to take charge of Manchester United. After wrapping up negotiations last night, United agreed to pay his €10 million release clause, plus some extra for the 3 assistant coaches he wants to bring with him. What's your initial reaction to this, guys? This feels like a fresh start for United, to be honest. Amorim's young, hungry, and has an impressive track record. He's won Portugal's top league, the Primeira Liga, twice in 3 years with Sporting. It's not every day a manager with his achievements and at his age becomes available. Liverpool, Chelsea, and even West Ham looked at him in recent years, but none of them went for it. So United getting him, that's a statement move. Amorim has become one of Europe's hottest coaching prospects. The United board seems to believe he can turn the season around and put them back in the top 4 fight. But here's the thing, because of his current contract, Sporting isn't letting him leave right away. Amorim has a 30-day notice period, so he won't be available for United until after the international break in November. It is a question of when and not if. Manchester United ideally want Amorim in charge as soon as possible. But there are practical difficulties when it comes to hiring a manager mid-season when he is already in post at another club. Yeah, and with United in a bit of a slump, fans might need to show some patience here. His first official match won't be until November 24th against Ipswich Town in the league. Until then, we have a familiar face stepping in as interim manager, United legend Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's got some work cut out for him, but I think his presence will motivate the players. For sure. I mean, Ruud's already brought a spark to the team, hasn't he? His first game as caretaker manager was that explosive 5-2 win over Leicester in the Carabao Cup. And you could feel the fans' energy. They loved seeing him back. He'll be in charge for some crucial games too. Chelsea this weekend, followed by PAOK Thessaloniki in the Europa League. United's been struggling in Europe this season, so getting a win there would be huge for confidence. Right. And it's pretty clear that United is all in on Amorim's vision. They're letting him bring over 3 of his trusted coaching staff, which could really help with continuity and team chemistry. It's just a shame he won't be able to watch the Chelsea game from the stands this weekend. Instead, he'll still be with Sporting as they prepare for a big run, including a Champions League face-off with Manchester City. It's a bit of a juggling act, really. Sporting also has some tough matches, Estrela da Amadora, Man City, and then Braga, where Amorim actually used to play. His last game for Sporting will be against Braga on November 10th, a fitting farewell. After that, it's full focus on Manchester United and his Premier League debut. And there's a bit of symbolism in his debut match too. Ipswich Town is managed by Kieran McKenna, who was a highly rated coach at United before he took on his own managerial career. So it'll be a kind of old meets new moment with Amorim taking on McKenna's Ipswich. The timing works out well, actually, because Van Nistelrooy has 3 more games to build some momentum. Chelsea, PAOK Thessaloniki, and Fulham in the league before handing over the reins. If the team can get a few wins in that stretch, it'll give Amorim a much more stable position to start from. But let's be real, this season has been tough for United. Amorim's going to have his work cut out for him. The squad's been hit hard with injuries. Kobbie Mainoo's out, Mason Mount's still recovering, and Luke Shaw too. Plus, the team's confidence has taken a big hit after a rough start to the season. It's going to take time and probably some tactical adjustments to see real change. I believe United fans know that all too well. Amorim will need to assess the squad, address weak spots, and bring in his unique playing style, all while dealing with the high expectations of a club like United. But if he can replicate the magic he's shown at Sporting, we could be looking at the start of something really exciting. Absolutely. Amorim is known for his attacking, possession-based style with quick transitions, and that's something United fans can get behind. If he can bring that identity back, it could be a breath of fresh air. But what will happen to Ruud van Nistelrooy once Ruben Amorim's move to Manchester United is complete? United Chiefs were initially hopeful that Amorim will take charge against Chelsea on Sunday afternoon, but that will not happen in this instance. If that is the case, Van Nistelrooy will be in the Old Trafford dugout on Sunday and until Amorim's arrival. However, it is unclear whether he has a future at the club once Amorim takes control. If United agree to pay an extra fee for Amorim's staff, it could spell bad news for the likes of Van Nistelrooy and Rene Haak, who both joined Ten Hag's backroom staff in the summer. According to iNews, Van Nistelrooy expects to leave United once Amorim's appointment is official. That is because the Dutchman believes Amorim will almost certainly bring over his existing staff from Portugal to support him. Carlos Fernandes and Adelio Candido have followed Amorim to his past 3 managerial jobs and are expected to make the trip to Manchester with the 39-year-old. Van Nistelrooy sent a passionate message before taking charge of United against Leicester, and he is still adored by the Old Trafford fan base. Van Nistelrooy has previous experience as a full-time manager and may want to pursue a senior job of his own once Amorim arrives. But United players have praised Van Nistelrooy's impact this season, and he has particularly worked well with United's striker department. With the young duo of Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee still trying to improve and grow, a coaching job for Van Nistelrooy should not be out of the question. However, that decision will ultimately come down to Amorim, who has no experience working with Van Nistelrooy and could decide on his own striker coach. So fans, what do you think? Are you ready to give Amorim a chance to turn things around? Should Van Nistelrooy stay alongside Amorim? Let us know in the comments. Would love to hear your thoughts on this new direction for United.